Hi friends, in this session I am going to show the new features added in string class as part of Java 12. So we have 4 methods added in string class as part of Java 12 release. So in that, one of the function is indent. Indent is to add extra spaces to the string. Example, I have a string with two lines. Each line it will add the space. How many number of spaces you want, you can pass the argument as int n. So those many spaces will be added at the starting of the string, and n it will add /n. /n is called that line fed. If you, the n can be either positive or negative or can be 0. If you add n equal to 0, if you give n equal to 0, it will not change the string, it will be same as it is. If you give a positive integer value, then those many spaces will be added at the beginning of the string. If you add negative integer value, if the string has some spacing, it will remove that space. Example, if my string has 6 character space before starting the string, if you give n equal to 6, it will remove all that 6 spaces and gives the remaining string. If you are giving -7, in that case you have only 6 spaces are there. If you give -7, only the 6 spaces will be removed and the remaining strings will be given. So now I am going to show a demo of that. So I am going to IntelliJ, creating new project, new class. I am naming it as test string. So I am going to add public static void main string args. I am going to write one method to test the indentation. So I am going to name it a test indent. I am going to pass that method string and the number of spaces you want to add. So it is n. I am going to define string and n. String str equal to, this is sample example. And n equal to, I am giving 6. So it should add 6 spaces. Now it's showing error because there is no method. I'm going to create that method. So I'm going to store that indent string in one more variable, string indent string equal to str.indent with number of spaces you want. After that, I want to print and see whether the space is added or not. So I am going to use system.out.println. Printing that indent string. I want to check the size also, means the length of the string before and after. Just to know, it's adding the /n at the end. Before, after, So similarly I'm going to create multiple tests of this indent string. So this time I'm giving n equal to negative value -6. I'm adding the space 3, 4, 5, 6, so it should be the same string. Just for demo purpose I'll give -7 so that it should print the same string value. Similarly with 0. I'm giving without any spaces so that it should return the same value when I call with 0. So now I'm going to run this program. See, in first case it added 6 spaces. I'll count that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, and end it added slash, and that's why we got this space after end of the string. And if you see 24 plus 6 is 30, but we got the total size as 31. The slash n will be treated as one character, so that's why it will be 31. Similarly in second case we have added 6 spaces. So with -n it should remove the 6 spaces. So this is a sample example. And if you check the size, before it was 30. When you subtract 6 from 30, it should be 24, but it will add slash n at the end of each string. That's why it is 25. So I told if we have a -7 which is greater than the number of spaces, that time also it removes only the spaces there in the string, and the string will be given, entire string will. So when we add with n1 n equal to 0, that time the string is not changed, it's the same string, but slash n is added at the end, so the length is changed to 25. So indent is one method. The second method is transform. Transform is to transform one variable to other. It is like you can apply lambda functions in that transform method. Yeah, it's here. So we can apply lambda function in this transform, and it's added from 12 from since we can able to know. So now I am going to show the demo of that. I'll just comment this string, this code. So I'm going to create one more static method. The transform method takes one argument and returns one argument. It takes the string argument. It can return any data type. So I'm going to create private static. I'm returning same string itself, string reverse. Test transform. I'm naming the method as transform, test transform. It takes one argument, string. and returns the one string. So in this test transform, I was just making one reverse string operation. So I have already written code for that. I am going to call that method. So I am going to call return. So now here I am going to define the string str equal to hello. So now I am going to call transform method on this. So I am going to call the lambda function. So test string it's a static method, so we can directly give the method name here. It returns me the transformed string, so I'm going to name it as string transformed trans string. So let's print and see that value. System.out.println. So I'm going to run this class and see whether it transform. Yeah, it was giving the reverse string, which through transform I am able to call the lambda function. Similarly, in case if your string is having some number, example str equal to some 1 2 3 4, I want to transform it to integer value. I can directly use integer n equal to str dot transform integer dot %, we can use %. Let's print and see the value. And it's already defined, so it's giving. I'm going to name it as value. So let's run and see the value. Yeah, now we are able to get the integer value. So we can able to convert from string to integer or string to any other data type using transform. It uses the lambda functions inside transform method. Similarly, another two methods are added in Java 12, that is describeConstantable So as part of release 12, we have added another two methods called describeConstantable and resolveConstantDescription. So this describeConstantable returns the optional value of the same instance. Java 12, we have added new interface called constantable. It provides the description of all the wrapper classes which are there, like string, integer, float, double. Apart from that, it was giving description for class, method type, method handler. So these two methods added in all these wrapper classes. And resolveConstantDescription returns the same instance itself. If you try, whatever the value returns from the resolveConstantDescription dot equals of the same string, you will get true value. So let me go and show the demo of that. I'll just comment this. I'm using the same hello string. So str dot describeConstantable, which returns the optional of the string same instance. So I'm going to print it. T dot get gives me the string value. If I direct print that optional, T dot toString to see what is there in that optional value. Similarly, I'll try the other method, which is resolveConstantDescription. str dot resolve constant description. It takes method lookups as the argument. So let me call this method lookups dot lookup. Method handles dot lookup. String description. It should be the same instance of what we have defined. So just I'll print and compare the values. I'll check whether the two strings are same or not. So dsc dot equals of str, it should return the same string, so it will be true. So let's run and see the values. It should be plus here. We have not closed. Let me compile and see. Yeah, first one was giving optional dot get was giving the same instance value, and the optional is having optional of hello. It's describing the string that is hello. And second case, with the method lookup, when you get the description, it is written the same instance value. If I use equals also, it's returning me true value. Thank you, friend.